Multiple entry visa. As discussed above, a multiple entry visa allows non-immigrant travelers to arrive and depart from the United States multiple times within a given visa holder's validity period. Multiple entry visa holders will not be required to reapply for a visa again until the visa expires. What is B1 versus B2 visa? Generally speaking, a B1 visa is for business-related projects, while a B2 visa is for tourism and pleasure travel. The government can also issue a B1, B2 visa to business travelers who plan to travel within the U.S. for tourist activities during their stay in the United States. How do I clear my U.S. Embassy interview? The 9 most important visa interview tips are: create a good impression, be well prepared, be calm and confident, keep your answers short and to the point, keep required documentation at hand, provide necessary financial documents, explain how your program matches for your career plans, never sound like a potential immigrant. How long can you stay in the U.S. with a multiple entry visa? A B1 visa and B2 visa do not grant permanent resident status, they are temporary visas, but the holder can apply for a green card. The maximum amount of time issued for B visas is 180 days. These visas allow for multiple entries into the United States. How can I increase my chances of getting a U.S. tourist visa? U.S. tourist visa. How to make your chances of approval higher. Employment. Having a job in your home country will not guarantee to have your visa issued. Family obligation. Property and personal asset. Community involvement. Travel history. How can I fail my U.S. visa interview? U.S. visa rejection reasons. Financial instability. Selecting the wrong type of visa. Validity of your passport. Reason to return back to home country not strong enough. Insufficient or incorrect information. Overstay or violated U.S. visa conditions on your previous visit. Visa denials based on criminal record. What are the benefits of U.S. multiple entry visa? Multi-entry visa allows you to enter and leave your destination multiple times during its validity without applying for a visa or travel registration. Be aware that usually each visit is limited by certain amount of days which you cannot exceed. Also, some countries might still limit the number of entries. How much bank balance is required for U.S. tourist visa? $5,000 minus $10,000. The amount of bank balance you should have for applying to the U.S. tourist visa depends on the duration. If it is a 15-day trip, you must have $5,000 to $10,000 in your bank. Do I need bank statement for U.S. visa? Bank statement of last 6 months with sufficient balance, updated and attested. Income tax returns, Form 16 for last 3 years. Travel itinerary explaining the trip. Leave sanction certificate, last 3 months salary slip, company visiting card, if employed. How many times can I visit the U.S. in 1 year? There is no limit on the number of times you may enter the U.S. under either ESTA of a visa. However, if re-entering the U.S. using ESTA soon after staying for nearly 90 days, you can expect to be questioned in detail by the immigration officer about the purpose of your visit. How long is multiple visa? Validity of this visa will be 1, 3, 5 or 10 years and period of stay will be 15, 30 or 90 days. This visa is for business affairs, but from the second visit it's possible to use for other purposes such as tourism, visiting relatives, etc. Can I get 5 years multiple visa of USA? Applicant must submit or mail multiple entry 5 years tourist visa application and required documents to the embassy. You will be notified by email and text whenever there's an update for your application. The recipient of multiple entry 5 years tourist visa can stay for 180 days in each visa year. What is requirement for USA multiple visa? Valid passport. This passport must be valid for at least another 6 months. If you are renewing a visa, it should contain the visa that expired or is about to expire. Digital photo. This photograph must follow all the passport photo guidelines. For example, it must be a recent photo, taken against a white background. Can I work on multiple visa in USA? Similarly, a Canadian or Mexican national can have multiple TN jobs in the US as long as they are approved to work at the employer. While you are permitted to have multiple valid visas in your passport, you can only enter the US with one visa. What happens if you get caught working on a tourist visa USA? The tourist visa is only for tourism purposes and not to remain or work permanently in the country. If you do this, you could be deported from the United States. What is a J-1 visa USA? The J-1 exchange visitor visa is for educational and cultural exchange programs designated by the Department of State, Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. The Q-1 visa is for participation in certain international cultural exchange programs,